Hi guys, Creative Lori here. I am a home stager by profession, but I do some budget videos and some grocery hauls sometimes and like cook with me. Not so much cook with me, but I show you what I make. So because I'm on the road so much, I hate eating out and eating the junk food. And I am a vegetarian. I should say pescatarian. I probably eat fish maybe once a month. So I just had some for Easter. So I'm good for till the end of the month, till May. But anyways, so I have a bunch of my veggies here. I did a haul on my veggies that I got from the 99-cent store. Everything here is from the 99-cent store except for the bread. The bread I got from Grocery Outlet because it's just, they don't have really great bread at the 99-cent store. It's like junky bread pretty much for the most part. But this is sprouted whole wheat bread, which if you can get sprouted, that's really good for you. It was $2.99 for the pack, which isn't bad, especially for sprouted. And I already had a few slices, but the only thing I'm not showing you here, because I'm going to be cooking for 10 days, and these are all my snacks and meals for 10 days. The only thing you don't see here are my beverages, which I mainly drink water and hibiscus tea. I'm out of hibiscus tea, so I gotta go get some more in the bulk section, and I'm also out of eggs. So those will be about $2.99 for a dozen. And I get the cage free, definitely for sure that. And then if they have them, range free. So these are all the things. I got the bread, of course. I have some beans. I'll be using about a half a package of multi-beans that I just kind of mix myself. It's everything from lima beans, navy beans, pinto, black, lentils, split pea, fava, garbanzo. It's like a 15 bean concoction, and then I'll put them into my slow cooker. And then I've got some beets. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to eat these. So I have my oven going. I'll be doing those first. And then I've got some kiwis, mini bell peppers, a bunch of fruit, some cacti leaves, lettuce, onions, some green onions, some celery and ginger root. And then I have some garlic, of course, and a little bit of lentils in case I run short of beans, and I eat them at least once a day. So in a pinch, I'll definitely eat them twice a day. I've even eaten them 3 times a day. But this is what I'm going to make. So on the docket for the 10 days, I'll be making about 10 sandwiches with this bread. And I'll be making, these will be cooked, so I'll be making some warm beet sandwiches. So I'm going to bake them all right now. I've got the oven already ready, and there's 6 of them here, so that was $2. And that'll make more than enough for my sandwiches, plus leftover for like a cold salad. So I'll be doing that. I have kiwi and grapefruit and tangerines for my fruit. For snacks, and I'll be doing, so that's for lunch, is the beet sandwiches that I'll put with like onion and, you know, mayo and all that good stuff, and I'll explain that more later. For breakfast, I'll be doing 1 egg and some beans on the side, which is probably one of my favorite breakfasts. It's very filling, a lot of protein. I mean, it keeps me full all day for the most part, so sometimes I don't have time for lunch. And most time, guys, I really don't eat but 2 meals, and then I snack sometimes, but it's really mainly 2 meals, and then sometimes I'll eat junky, and that's what I have to get away from. So I'm going to be really good about trying to eat the full 3 meals, and that way I won't eat junky because I've got to lose this weight. So with the cacti, I'll be doing the cactus, the onion, maybe some bell peppers, the garlic, the ginger, the green onion, and the rice will be a stir fry. Oh, that's going to be so delicious. And then I will be doing a cold salad, probably with the onion, the bell peppers, and some beets, because there'll probably be 1 or 2 left. And then maybe some shaved ginger, and maybe some finely sliced cucumber, because for the stir fry that I'll be doing for the evening, I'll have cucumber in it and all the other stuff. So that is a lot of food. I know it looks like a lot, but for 10 days, it's really just right. And sometimes it lasts me longer. But anyways, I'm going to get started on it because my oven is ready. So I'm going to wrap my beets. I've already washed them. I'm going to wrap them in these aluminum foil sheets that I get from the Dollar Tree. They do have the Reynolds ones, and they're like the perfect size, but these were a little longer, and I wanted to use them for if I wanted to roast veggies like later, you know. I just find them really convenient. So let me do that, and I'll show you how I roast them, and then we'll go from there. Or bake them. It's not really roasting them, it's baking them. Alright guys, so I've just wrapped them up individually and just put them straight on the rack. And I have it at 400 degrees. Oops, sorry, I don't want you to see my dirty stove. Okay, once they're done, I usually put them in for 1 hour. And then after that, I turn the oven off and then leave them in there for another hour until the, oven cools down. And then it finishes cooking, because they do take a while. And I don't want to use all that gas if the after heat can just, continue cooking them. And then the skin literally just peels off so easily. Then I recycle the foil, and then I slice up the the beets, and I put them in like probably 2 of these containers. But I really like eating them when they're warm. So if I'm not on the road and if I'm going to be working in a house, I'll take all my fixings in one of those with like lettuce and onion, and then that way I can assemble my sandwich there. And then if they have a microwave at the house that I'm staging, I will nuke it because it does taste really good warm. And then I add, either way, I don't have to have it toasted, but I like it toasted sometimes. And then I put a little bit of vegan mayo on it. Any mayo would work for you guys. I get vegan and I get regular. Doesn't really matter for me. And then I get some relish, and I also put that on the sandwich, which gives it more of the pickled taste. And then I do some romaine and some onion, like a ton of onion. And then sometimes I do, and I slice it very thinly. That's the key. And I love purple. And then sometimes I do some cheese, but I didn't get any cheese. I don't always eat cheese. I love it, but I'm really, I get tired of it sometimes too. I feel like it really weighs me down, so I'm not doing that this time. So that'll be about 9 to 10 sandwiches, and then let's get started on the other things. So I'm going to chop all of this stuff up for my stir fry. I'm going to be adding the cacti leaves in here, which are gorgeous. I meant to give these to my dad, and then I forgot. But these are great with eggs and chili, but they are very much like okra. So if you like okra, which I do, and if you don't like the sliminess, then you can cook it out. You can add, I think, baking soda to it or something to cook it out. But it doesn't bother me because it adds to the texture and kind of congeals everything into it. So like instead of adding like a sweet sauce, you have the natural, stickiness of the leaf. And so there's 3 nice big leaves here. And then a smaller little guy. So I'll be chopping those up in strips, and then I'll be adding the garlic and the ginger and the cucumber and onion. And so I'm going to get these going now because this takes a little while to cook. So I'm going to cook that first, and I'll show you how I chop them up. Okay guys, so my cacti leaves are pretty much cooked down, so all the stickiness is almost gone, but I like to have a little bit left. So I've cut up my celery and I put the majority in there for the stir fry, and then I'm leaving the leaves. I'll pick out the little dark. I clean my leaves really good. I use them in my salad because it's like lettuce and it's really good for you. So if you're short on lettuce, which I am, I will use that in my cold slaw that I like to put on different things like quesadillas or whatever, my sandwiches. I have all my lettuce leaves prepped. I put a little towel in there to absorb water. I get my onions pre-done for my sandwiches. That should be enough for 9 to 10 sandwiches. Plus I have this little slaw mix if I want to add it to that. So I'm going to finish cutting this up to put in the slaw mix. And I've got my little side bucket here, bowl of things that I didn't want, the ends and such, and I'll give that to the critters that come visit me at night. They like it. I forgot to mention I have 2 bunches of cilantro, a little less than 2 bunches because I've already used some. I will add that to the slaw. And I'm going to add the green onions, majority of the green onions to my stir fry. I like the end pieces in there. They're really good. And then we'll put some bell peppers too. So let me show you what the cacti looks like. So this is what it looks like. It's pretty much cooked down. It's real soft right now. I kind of like it like that in the stir fry. And then we're going to add all of our other goodies to it, like garlic and ginger and the onion and celery. Okay guys, so I cut up everything else and I did add more water to it. May have added a little too much water, but I can drain that off really quick. I did the bell peppers, the purple onion, the green onions, the base, and then the part above the base, like the thicker part, celery, and some ginger. Cut that up small, and then I'm going to add some garlic now and then stir fry it with water, and then I'll add oil. So I'm going to cover that. I just gave it a quick stir. I did drain off a little bit of water, so I'm going to let that do its thing. It's on like medium high, so I'm just going to cover it, and then I'm going to start on my salad. Here's the salad. So I got my bell peppers and celery and onions, some green onions, and then a lot of onion. So I'm gonna mix it in the bigger bowl and then put my cilantro with it, because that kind of acts like more lettuce for me, which is so refreshing. And I don't have cucumbers, which I like to add to this, so the cilantro kind of acts in place of the cucumber. So I'm going to give that a toss, and I'll add the end pieces to the stir fry towards the end. And I don't know what I'll be doing with these green onions just yet. I don't know if I want to add more to the stir fry towards the end. I don't want them to get soggy, so we'll see. Okay guys, there is my cold slaw. And I say slaw because it's just a cold salad, really. There's no mayonnaise in it, but I use it as a cold salad. I put about half of a lemon in there from my tree. I'm going to add some pepper, and that's it. It's kind of big, so I'm going to be putting in 2 of these containers, and then I'll be prepped for the rest of the week. Okay guys, I cooked the vegetables a little longer than I would have liked, but that's okay. I still love them. So I added about a tablespoon, no, 1 3/4 tablespoons of coconut oil. I did add some paprika, some chili flakes because I didn't have any chilies to add to it, and some Himalayan sea salt. So I'm just going to give it a quick another toss. I don't have turmeric. I'm completely out. I'm so sad because that adds beautiful color. So I'm going to finish this, just cook it for like maybe another 45 seconds to a minute. I decided to add the rest of the scallions, green onions, whatever you want to call them, and the cilantro stems, just to give it a little different texture. And that's it. I'm done. This is done. Yum. That's going to be so good over rice, brown rice. And then with my brown rice, I also add lots of spices to that. And you could add this over pasta or whatever you like. You can put it in a pita, which I might do. Okay, so this is what I decided to do because there was so much slaw that I had made, a little side salad, to add to my whatever I decide to eat. I added a little bit of my prepped lettuce and onion. I added the last little bit of slaw. So when I'm on the road, all I have to do is add some beets to this container, and then I've got a sandwich to go, and I just have to grab the bread. So I'm going to close up my containers of my lettuce and my slaw, and then the next thing I'm going to cook, it's kind of a mess here on the counter. I've made a proper mess of everything. Oops. I'm going to make the rice. And the beans, by the way, are already cooking over there. So they'll be ready in about 7 hours. And then I've got a nice little menagerie of veggies for the critters that visit me. I get possums, raccoons, skunks, birds, of course, owls. I used to get rabbits and coyotes, but as the area has developed over the years, I still hear them and see them, but they don't come onto the streets anymore. So not always. The coyotes do sometimes. So that's for the little critters outside. You can add this to your composting, or you know, add it to an area where you know the little critters like to eat. Oh, and then what else was I gonna say? Let me just put this stuff away and clean up a little. Gosh, it won't pause. Pause. Okay guys, so I have all my stuff stowed away right here. I have, this is what I have left over, half a package of the rice, the lentils, which if I need to make some, then I will. One bunch of cilantro and garlic. I use half a bag of beans. By the way, you can replant these and have an instant garden of green onions. My cutting board is just stained from what I cut up. And then I have some extra ginger, which I can use in so many different ways. I can make tea or whatever. And then, all right guys, my counter is kind of dirty from all my cooking, but what's great about this cooking is I wash my colanders once. I wash my cutting boards once. I wash my pots and pans once and put them in the dishwasher, and I'm done for like 10 days. And so I'm only going to have to wash my skillet one more time because after I did the stir fry, I have to go to the store and get eggs, and I'm going to scramble up a bunch of them and put it in a container because I like scrambled eggs when I keep them for a while. That way, if I do them sunny side up, they just don't taste the same. They taste a little rubbery. But I forgot to mention, I do have some nuts to fall back on. It's like pecans and almonds and currants and cranberries and dried blueberries. So I have that to fall back on, but honestly, I have not been dipping into them, and I know I should eat some nuts every day. I just had some because I was getting hungry. But I also have these little seaweed, spicy seaweed for like a snack. And as you can see, there's some teeth marks in there. Oh, yes. So where do you think that came from? I will not be eating this one for sure. That is from my dad's ferret. So yes, I don't know how she got them. They were in the pantry. They were in a bigger package, and then she ripped it apart and then tried to get into them. She's a little deviant, I tell ya. So I will eat those. I mean, that is fine. I know I'm okay with that one. Little turd. Anyways, so I do have nuts, and I have these little snacks, so that's like 33 cents for those. The nuts, I'm going to say, I mean, I maybe will eat them once or twice in the 10 days, so maybe that'll be like 50 cents worth. I get them in the baking section usually, and I don't pay more than like $4.99 for a huge package. So that's a great tip to look for those in the baking section or in the produce section too. I'll be finishing up my grapefruits and tangerines. I've already had a couple of grapefruits. They were $1.99 for a huge package. I won't be eating my lemons. Sometimes I do eat lemons though. It's funny. I'll eat them after I squeeze them. I just love citrus. So those will be my snacks. These things here. I'm going to tally up everything. My rice is almost done. My stir fry is done. My salad is done. And my beets are almost done. So we're getting there. All right, guys, here's everything broken down. Breakfasts only cost $3.49 total, which was 8 cents a day. That's crazy. And it gives me so much energy, which is 1 egg with some beans. Then lunches is going to be a roasted or a cooked beet sandwich with fresh veggies on sprouted bread. That comes to $5.23 and total, so it's 52 cents a day. And by the way, this is for 10 days. The dinners, which is a brown rice with a stir-fry, multi-veggie stir-fry over rice, comes to $3.15, which is 32 cents a day. And I broke everything down by like, a quarter pack of celery, 2/3 a pack of mini bell peppers, 1/2 of a red onion. This time the onions came 3 to a pack, but I think because they were so huge. The side salad I'll be using as a garnish, and sometimes I use that as like towards the end where I just want to cook it, and then I'll have like a little bit of rice with it, or I can stuff it into like a pita pocket. But I really love it, and I have so much of it, so I can't wait to eat it. This only costs 66 cents. The snacks, which is my pack of ruby red grapefruits, I already ate 2. So it came to $1.66. 2 seaweed snacks, 66 cents. 1/2 a pack of cutie tangerines because I shared it with my dad, so that's $1. And then 50 cents worth of my nuts and berries, so that comes to $3.82. So for 10 days, guys, that comes to $16.35. That's like a higher. That's a lot. That's $3 higher than I normally go, but I mean, it's still cheap for 10 days. So I am going to maybe plant some of these because spring is on its way. I'm going to enjoy. Look how colorful that is, guys. Oh, it smells so good. I can't even tell you. So I've got a lot of rice in here and then my veggies on top. I'm going to maybe have a piece of fruit after this also. All right, guys, have a good one, and I will talk to you guys later. I hope you liked this video. Some of you requested it, so please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Guys, by the way, remember how I said I don't eat 3 meals a day? So there will be some days that I'll have bigger portions than others, and probably have just 2 meals a day. So this is kind of built on the fact that I will try to eat 3 meals a day and have snacks in between so that I don't have huge meals, and not overeat or eat junky food. So keep that in mind. I'm not having any chips. I might have a piece of chocolate every night, like a little egg, but I have to have that. I did not include that into the cost, but that would probably be like another 50 cents. And then maybe a glass of green tea, which is $0.01 a day. So you can add like another 10 cents to that. Okay, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.